Hi, everybody. My name is Steve Dennis. It's my great honor to present the NEXTies to the Give Back Person of the Year. Our son, my wife, Son and I, son David Dennis. We always knew David was very special and just a little bit different. When David was 3, we lived in Maryland in a cul-de-sac, a townhouse cul-de-sac, and David would greet all of the fathers coming home from work one by one and tell them the news of the day in the cul-de-sac. Mostly it was news about his exploits on his tricycle. When he was in kindergarten, he was given a piece of chalk along with all the other kids to go out in the playground on the asphalt and write a word out phonetically. And David wrote out supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, weaving among the other kids trying to write 4- and 5-letter words. In high school, we got a call from his Spanish teacher that if David didn't stop talking, he was going to learn Spanish from the coat closet at the back of the room. But then he went on to be a Spanish teacher and taught kids whose Spanish was their first language. When he graduated from college, we told him that we would fund him to go someplace in the world that he wanted to travel to before he started graduate school. And, of course, he had to choose going to Cuba, which wasn't legal at the time. But, there's no greater joy for a parent to see your child grow up to be a mensch. David is the definition of a mensch, which really defies English translation. And for those of you who don't know the Yiddish word mensch, look it up in Bing. Because working for Microsoft, David doesn't allow us to use Google. We're so proud of him. He gives back unselfishly. He's a great role model as a father, as a husband, as a son, as a brother, as an uncle, and as a business partner. So it's my great, great honor and emotional pleasure to give this award to our son, David Dennis.
So now I'm going to cry. I was going to try and be funny, and now it's going to be really difficult. Matthew said that if I didn't keep it to 1 minute and 30 seconds, they were going to have a 4-year-old girl with a giant hook walk out and hook us off. And so I literally, I practiced this probably 10 times to get it to 1 minute and 30 seconds, and I just used up 30 seconds. So I want to thank Matthew Swinnerton and the Event Santa Cruz crew for all they're doing to showcase all the great things about Santa Cruz every single month. So thank you, Matt. I'm honored to receive the Give Back Award. I was never much of an athlete, so this is a lot better than the participation ribbons that I used to get. One of the ways that I give back to the community is by putting on philanthropic photography shows. And I'd like you to raise the lights a little bit in the house if you could, because I'm going to recognize some people. I help nonprofits who focus on the areas of ocean conservation, education, and homeless services. But in doing these events, I've been awestruck by people who are giving back to the community in ways that go far beyond anything that I'm doing. People like Jacob Martinez of the Digital Nest. Jacob, raise your hand. I want everyone to see who these individuals are. Jacob, thank you. Phil Kramer of 180, now the Homeless Services Center. Daron Comerchero of Food What? So stay tuned for a photo show that I'll be doing for Food What, hopefully this summer. The teams at the Watsonville Wetlands Watch, which will be my next photo project. The folks at Save Our Shores, Save the Waves, Nick. Friends of the Long Marine Lab, the Surfrider Foundation, Santa Cruz. People like Derry Ganshorn, committed for 25 years to the Homeless Garden Project. Dan Hafley, 20 years at the O'Neill Sea Odyssey. My parents, Steve and Sona Dennis, totally committed to ocean conservation and the environment in their retirement, 20 years of volunteering at the Monterey Bay Aquarium. And my wife, Linda, an amazing special education teacher. She's been teaching special ed for 20 years. These are people who are using their skills to give back in incredible ways. These are my heroes and the people from whom I draw inspiration. Find them at the break, ask them to dance, and ask them to tell you more about what they do. You'll be as inspired as I am. Thank you.